Hi, it's KPro. I'm going to demonstrate how to make a new mod with a keybind. If you don't already have Kommander, you can download it from my GitHub, and you probably should check out the first two videos that demonstrate how to set it up. Creating a mod with a keyboard shortcut is easy. You just run Kommander, click yes. All right, and we're going to create new mod. This gear will be red if this is the very first time you've done that. In my previous videos, I discussed how to set this up, so I'm not going to cover that here. We'll say, we're going to give this a name. We'll call it My Keybind Tester. We'll give it the short code, say KB. Can be anything you want, of course. And then in the Customize template, we'll just click Keybind here. And then we'll put in the code for whatever keybind we want. For simple letters, it's just K and the letter. Of course, you can be more complicated. If you want to give it a fancy keybind, you need to find out what that code is. You can use any kind of search. I'm using Code Wizard. You'll find all the keybinds and keys to UI elements. And if we want to use the multiply character, it shows you what it is over here. We can use that. Just notice that these all say KC. I think you just have to use K. We'll just paste it in here. We'll get rid of the C and the underscore. I don't know that it matters if it's lowercase, but let's make it lowercase. And obviously I need to make this bigger. I'll make that bigger in a future update. And I'd like to make a little drop-down menu so you don't even need to look for what these are. You can just click, but I obviously have not done that yet. And then hit create, and we're done. We have a mod with a keybind. Let's test that out and make sure it worked. We don't need to add any add-ons, mods for this, so we'll just skip past that. Going back actually to the mod settings page, the tool needs to know where you keep the inputs XML. So if you're using the Kommander template, this is where it's kept. If not, you need to find where yours is. So we can build it for the first time because we've never built it before, and then we can launch Workbench. And that Workbench is up. Let's launch the script editor. And we can come back to Kommander and launch the game. All right, we're in game and we're ready to test to see if it worked. We need to get back over into script editor. We want to be able to see the output, which we can here. If we right click, we can clear it so that it's going to be obvious. If you look in projects, the keybind logic will be in the My Keybind Tester folder, or whatever you called your version of it. And then gameplay, which runs on the client. And if everything worked correctly, and if everything is hooked up, we should get the key pressed message when we hit the multiply button. Let's go back into the game. We'll hit the multiply button. We need to get back into output to see if that happened. And key pressed. So it's working just fine. I'll show you one other thing in game and then we'll kill it. If you hit escape and then you go to options, controls, just hit yes to discard them, configure keyboard, we see My Keybind Tester here and your own key that's defined here. You could actually click this and then change it to whatever you want. So we could change this keybind to T, and then T is now going to be our new keybind. I'll show you in just a second how you define what is shown up here and what is shown over here. Recall that I showed you earlier that we told Kommander where our inputs XML was located, and we said it was in scripts data, and there it is. If we open that up, we can see the action name or the action description came from here. Here is where the definition of the keyboard is, and one thing you need to be careful of is this here, KB action name, has to be exact everywhere. Any little difference will break it. If we go back into mission gameplay, we'll see KB action name is exactly the same as it is over here. So you can't make any changes. Well, you can make changes to it. You just have to make sure that the changes follow through everywhere. All of these 3 locations in inputs XML and then over here. There's one other thing I should show you. In order for custom inputs to be found, there has to be a reference inserted into the config.cpp. Kommander handled that for you, but I think it's important to know how to do that yourself. You'll see here is the line. This always has to be the same. This is the path to the inputs XML, and really that's it. So now you have a mod with a keyboard shortcut. I hope you found this helpful.